Yeah, I'm definitely going to give Odyssey a chance. There are enough hot and cold reviews that I feel so inclined to see it for myself because people have very drastically different things to say about that movie. And I'm a big Chris Nolan fan, so I'm definitely going to give it a chance as far as the movie stuff because we often discuss movies here on the channel, not just boxing. I'm definitely going to give it a chance this week. I'm going to take the family out to see it. I heard it's 3 hours though. My teenager, she can probably sit there for 3 hours and really take in the film. But I got a 10-year-old, man, and 3 hours for a movie, that's a long time. That's a long time. What it do round one? Now, as far as the boxing set to go down tomorrow, Buddy McGirt is set to debut in Diego Pacheco's corner. And in case you haven't caught it, I'm very optimistic about the pairing because I believe that Buddy McGirt can do for Diego Pacheco what he did for Callum Smith. But because Diego is much younger now, he's younger now than when Callum first paired up with Buddy McGirt. And because Diego is not a chronically inactive fighter, like from the moment that Callum Smith won the World Boxing Super Series, and that was ages ago, he's been a chronically inactive fighter. Like this is a guy who, at any given moment, he'll take a year off. At any given moment from the time that he won the World Boxing Super Series. Somebody told me it's because Callum drives a hard bargain. Whenever he gets out there, he wants to make a lot of money. And that sounds about right. Like, that's how all these fighters are. But Diego is younger now than Callum was when he started working with Buddy. And they've got about the same physical dimensions, about 6'3", very long arms in the super middleweight division. So I have every confidence that Buddy can do for Diego what he did for Callum and more because Diego has that Chicano swagger. He's got Mexican in him, so I know he's tough. I know he fucks a lot of broads. So I'm very confident that it'll go well. What it do, my man Dolomite? Starting the show off right. You already know, bro. So I think he's gonna knock out Aleem. That's my official prediction for that fight. What's intriguing is Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz is literally fighting in an IBF eliminator tomorrow against Montoya just to move down. It's the weirdest thing that you're good, and you could argue that well, it does make sense. Andy's not that big a guy. What most standout amateurs do is they'll start off at a lighter weight to fight smaller people or at least people that are closer to their size and then move up. Andy never had much size for a lightweight. He never did. I literally thought he was going to cap out there because he's just not a big guy. Like, he's not big for lightweight at all. And you're fighting in an eliminator tomorrow that would line you up for a Murataya rematch because Murataya has not dropped the IBF. He still has it. And I kind of figured that, in the face of that, Raymond might drop it. He doesn't want to have to fight this guy again. But, they're deciding that, no, after tomorrow, Andy's going down to 130. And that really, really makes things interesting. Because Andy, he don't crack that hard at 135. Like, you could see that. No, he boxes just fine. He boxes great. But he doesn't hit that hard. Maybe he'll hit a little harder against super featherweights. So you're looking at, potential fights. Andy Cruz, Sugar Nunez. Andy Cruz, Navarrete. Andy Cruz, Oshaki Foster. Andy Cruz, Kakache. Kakache, obviously, I think everybody would pick Andy to beat Kakache. Kakache is very much a champion of opportunity. He saw an opportunity and he seized it. Jazza Dickens got elevated to full WBA. That's how that happened. Champion of opportunity. So that's interesting that he's fighting in an eliminator tomorrow for a belt that he knows he's not going to fight for. That's interesting. Yeah, Maul missing out on a fight indefinitely. We don't know about Stephen Fulton's situation because I haven't seen it addressed yet. But Jermall Charlo indefinitely is out of next weekend's card in Australia. It's because the Australian government denied him entry into the country. So you can deduce that, okay, this is probably due to a legal situation, a legal matter that, Jermall Charlo does have priors. And on that predication, that might be why they're not letting him in, even though they know he's only there to box. He's not there to live. He's not there to sightsee. He would be there to box, but they're not letting him in. And that's unfortunate for him because he actually seemed lucid in the buildup of this fight. He seemed lucid. He seemed aware, coherent. He looked like, no, he really trained for this fight. He looked like, yeah, he really trained for it. Because PBC is now in bed with the zone, you know what they could do? They could just get him a slot on somebody else's card that's coming up, whether it's a Matchroom show or a Top Rank show or a Golden Boy show, because they're all in bed with each other now. They could always say, hey, Mo, we got a slot open. We will pay you to come fight on this show if you want, because you don't want to waste the camp, right? So they could probably work it out that way. Unfortunate for him. He's a felon? Yeah, he is a felon. Jermall has to fight a kangaroo to be allowed into the country, yeah. He's fighting Aleem. Emmanuel Aleem. Guy who's been around. I wasn't hyped for that fight, Virtuoso. I wasn't. The fights that on that card that I like is Liam Wilson versus Stephen Fulton and the main event. Those are the two fights on that card that I really liked. But it hurts the card because the theme of the card was matching an American against an Aussie. That was the whole theme of the show. I don't really know that they're going to be able to get an American for that Aussie on short notice, But we'll see. That might be what it do. That was literally the theme of the whole show was America versus Australia. Now one of the Americans is out. What are you gonna do? The guy was a bum. The guy was a bum anyway. Like the guy Jamal was gonna fight was he was just a guy, bro. He's just a guy from out there.
Worse than the bum. Worse than the bum. Like Jamal's a whole ass addict. Like why did they expect?
No, but he actually, if you saw the interviews that he was doing in the build-up, like he is an addict. I'm not saying he's not. He actually looked lucid for the first time in years. Like he looked lucid, like no drugs, no slurred speech, no foggy eyes, none of that. Like he looked lucid, like he really trained for the fight. Sucks for him. For those that don't know, Obsession landed on Peacock today. For those who have Peacock and haven't seen Obsession,
did you watch it yet?
I'm gonna watch that shit right after I get off of this. I heard that shit was lit.
Nah, you gotta watch it with the wife, bro. I'm telling you.
Why is it we gonna shag after that? Is it that kind of movie?
No, but I mean it's a fun experience.
No, my wife hates scary movies, bro. She hates anything like with demons and. See, me and my daughter takes after me. Horror is one of my favorite genres. Coincidentally, it's one of my daughter's favorite genres. She loves horror, so I'll probably watch it with my daughter because, like, we watched what was it? Weapons together, and it was lit,
I heard
bro.
That shit was ass, no?
Nah, that shit was dope, bro. Nah, it was good. It's compelling. It's not that it's not jump scary. It's compelling. Like you want to know what the hell is going to happen, and the end was lit. Like
I need to watch it.
It was. I think you'll like it. Just don't. It's not a jump scare movie. It's not a jump scare movie. It has moments like that, very few, but it's a more compelling story than a jump scare story. But I liked it a lot. It's one of the best horror movies I've seen in a while. I liked it a lot. So.
Really.
I'm gonna watch that Obsession after I get off of this. But yeah, so Jermall Charlo can't get into Australia. Sucks for him, right? Sucks for him. But they could always find him a slot on another card. Hearn seems salty. He seems salty that Shakur went over there to Zmufa. I think he's feeling the pinch. I think he's feeling the pressure.
The other day was an old interview, right?
Yeah, I didn't find out until after the fact though, because whoever uploaded that, they deliberately misrepresented the video. They put a picture.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that shit.
Yeah, they put a picture of Shakur with Dana, and they made it seem like Eddie said that shit because of that, and it's like no, that video was like 2 years old or some shit like that. It was like wow,
there are channels actually like designed just to. It's called clickbait, bro.
No, yeah.
Just for that, bro.
Yeah, like motherfuckers don't got no shame. They'll put anything in the damn headline.
They make money off of it, man. You can post anything on Twitter. They don't give
Yeah,
a
for
fuck.
real. That's how it is now. You could do whatever you want. You know, you could do whatever you
Yo,
want.
you know I'm dead ass just chilling. I'm scrolling Twitter looking for like my Twitter. I only use it for tech shit
Mm-hmm.
and occasionally some boxing. When I'm bored, I'm just like, okay, what's going on in boxing? Tell me while I'm
Mm-hmm.
just scrolling, and then boom, just whole ass porn, just on my
Oh,
feed.
not
Just,
Twitter. Yeah, yeah, Twitter. Forget it, bro. Twitter is. You know, it didn't used to be
just
like
porn.
that either. They didn't used to allow that stuff. Now it's a cesspool,
They're
bro. Like,
okay with it. They're okay
but
with
the
it.
thing is that is prop on the premise of that though, Michael is probably
Mhm.
making a lot more money than it was before. Like, because they got all type of shit up there. You know that they uploaded the back rooms, the whole movie to Twitter, the whole
I
movie,
saw
bro.
that. Saw that.
I heard the movie was ass. I'm
I
still
heard it
gonna
was.
watch it.
I heard mixed reviews for that one. That
I
one's
think
very
I think
mixed.
it depends on what you're expecting. If you're expecting a traditional movie storytelling type thing, I'm pretty sure that what that movie feeds off of and what makes it or breaks it for the person is atmosphere. Because the whole thing about back rooms and liminal spaces or luminal spaces, it's the mystery. It's what you don't know. If at
Isn't it
any
like endless? It's endless rooms or some shit like that.
yeah,
That's the premise
because
of the movie.
the premise of that particular take on the back rooms because there's different takes on the lore and the premise of that is that those back rooms operate as sort of an MRI that copies whatever's around it and just echoes it endlessly. And the more it echoes it, the less like the thing it becomes. You get me? The more copies it makes, like if it makes a copy of Michael and it just keeps making a copy and a copy and a copy and a copy, the other copies, as it keeps making them, they're going to be less like you and they're going to be like monstrosities and shit like that.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
that's the take. Like the back rooms that is that guy's take on the back rooms. That's his take on it. That's how he explains it.
Oh, this shit's been out before.
Yeah, because it was out as a YouTube episodes. It was out as episodes on YouTube, and I've seen them. What makes it
Mhm.
work, what makes it, what makes you want to know and what makes it work, at least based on the stuff I saw on YouTube, is the things that you don't know about it. What the hell is this place? Who made this? Where does this go? Like that's what made it work. That you don't know what this is and where it's going. Whereas with this take on it, they kind of, they tell you that, well, it's basically an endless copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. That's what it is. So
Right.
they kind of tell you. But I'm still gonna watch it just because I like that actor, the dude that's in it. He's a really good actor. I've seen him in a lot of stuff. Shout out to Let's Go. Can't wait for that new Resident. Yeah, that new Resident Evil look lit. I ain't gonna front. I seen the trailer for that. That shit looks lit. I love Resident Evil. I
Is it
love
a
the
game
games
or a
anyway.
movie?
The games first. Resident Evil 1 was great. Resident Evil 2 was even better than Resident Evil 1. Like I really think that's the best. That's the best of them. 3 was a good addition. I don't feel
Which
like
one
they
had the redhead bitch in there?
that was 3. That was 2. That was Claire Redfield. That was 2.
I don't know. I
And
don't know why, but as a kid, I found her sexy. I don't know what it was.
no, I think we all kind of did. And she was also in Code Veronica. They kept doing Resident Evils after that, but by that time I had stopped playing games. Like it's too time consuming to be doing that shit. Like I love video games, but they're too time consuming. For the amount of time you spending on that, you could be making money, bro. So I can't
You
do
could
it.
say the same thing about movies, though. I've heard you say that before. You could say this. It's a form of entertainment, but you could say TV shows and movies are the exact same thing.
I would argue that the movie experience is different from the gaming experience in that you have to be engaged to play a game where you're thinking about as much as you would be if you were working. You can become
Hmm.
stressed with the game. You can become angry with the game. Whereas with the movie, you just experience the movie. To like if you doing a lot, in other words, Michael, you in college. If you studying a
I'm
lot,
done now. I graduated.
oh, shout out to Michael, bro. I like this fucking kid, bro. He's fucking
Thank
smart,
you, man.
bro.
Thank
And
you,
he
man.
gets a lot of
I
broads
told
too.
you
I could
that. I
tell.
told you that,
Gets
but
a lot of
you
broads
didn't
too. I
care.
could tell. Send me every
I'm about to
somebody
go
send
out
me
right now.
somebody send me a $50 super chat because Michael graduated college, man. Shout out to Michael.
Yeah.
Um Hey man,
This nigga,
some
you
people
ain't
try to
shit,
disguise
man.
the shit. I ain't going. Ain't no shame in my
Nah, you ain't
game,
gonna
though.
hide from it. You ain't gonna hide from it. I
You
like
know
that.
what
I
I'm saying? I ain't
respect
gonna
that. I
hide
respect
from it. I'm out here, bro. I'm out here.
Nah, this
Um,
nigga, you ain't shit.
Nah, I ain't. I ain't. Yeah, like with a movie, you just get to watch it and defrag your mind, because that's what movies do for me. They're like, and I'm a Capricorn. I ain't not to be on the zodiac tip, but yeah, I don't know when to stop. That's the truth. If I don't, somebody got to tell me to stop working. Like I don't. I've always been like that. Every job I had, or even with recreational projects and hobbies, you got to get me to stop. Otherwise, I won't. I'll do it
What
from
about
the moment
recreational porn? What about that?
porn was not. I'll be honest that I have a love hate relationship with porn. When I was young, like when I was your age, and even I rarely I watched it as a teenager. Then in my 20s, I didn't watch it. Like, no, I don't watch that shit. I
How
like.
how old do you think I am? The fuck?
You're like 24.
I am 24. Damn, you got
Yeah.
that right on the button.
Um. Um. When I was your age, I didn't really watch it, but then you get older. Sometimes you have a dry spell. Yeah, I got to rub one out. I got to watch some porn. I don't really
Got you.
watch. I don't really, in seriousness, I don't watch it that much now because it has a numbing effect. If you know, like it has a numbing effect. You don't want to overconsume that. It has a numbing effect. Sometimes it's better to just. I know it's kind of a cliche, and a lot of people are saying it, but it is actually true. If you stay away from it, and you about to put it down on a joint, you better off not consuming a whole heap of that stuff, so you can build up the intensity and the desire
Yo,
you
there's
need to
yeah,
perform.
there's guys that are like, because they masturbate so much, the feeling of pussy is just not like when they actually get proper pussy, even raw, it doesn't feel the same as their hand, and that's fucked.
No,
How
yeah,
much
bro.
are you
No, 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 no.
masturbating?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That,
Like, but that's because they've associated the sexual experience and the pleasure of ejaculation with that instead of with the partner and with
it's
and
supposed to be with a partner,
yeah, because
always.
they're viewing the experience through a third person lens. If you're consuming that stuff, you're literally putting yourself in the third person. You're the voyeur. You're watching somebody else
Yeah.
do it, and you're getting off from watching somebody else do it. To where if you're doing it, you gotta stay away from that stuff, man. Only when it's absolutely necessary. I would say, like, yeah, like if you're going
Well,
through
I
a
think there's a certain point. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Past 21, if you're doing that shit regularly, I ain't gonna lie, even past 20. But no, I'll give it 21. If you're doing it regularly, you
I
got a
think you
problem, bro.
just
Go out and chase bitches, bro. That's
no,
always
because
better.
I think you got to let it build up is what I think. Like I do think you have to let that. When you backed up, it's better if you let it build up. You really go for it,
Hmm.
and you get it, and you get like, well, at least I did. You build it, yeah, let it build up. Don't waste it on a hanky. But this is a younger generation. Ain't gonna listen to no old motherfucker like me. Y'all do what y'all do, man.
Nah,
I'm
I
just
ain't gonna
telling
lie.
you.
Before, if I knew I was going on a date with some fine shit, before I'd had to run one out just to make sure. That was when I was like a couple of years ago.
It would
Before I
depend
was
on
like
if I.
more
It would depend
experienced.
if I. For me, it always depended if I liked the girl. If I liked the girl, then I would
Oh
rub one out so
yeah,
I could perform. If it's just a
yeah,
girl that I know is gonna give it to me, but I'm not. I don't.
yeah. You
Whatever
don't care
happens,
that much.
happens.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah,
care.
yeah, bro.
Like whatever
Yeah, bro.
happens,
But I'm talking about.
happens.
I'm talking about the girls you like. I'm talking about the girls you like. Then yeah, I would. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, like if it was a joint
I
that I
just.
liked, if I suspect if she's too cute and I suspect, yeah, I might mess this up. Yeah, I gotta get one out before I go over there. In the shower, I
Yeah,
gotta
because
rub
yeah, I
one
ain't
out.
gonna, you don't want to be too backed up. Because then next thing you know, you're too horny, and they know when you're too horny, bro. They know.
Yeah, yeah, and you
They
you
know.
you you got to build the buzz. Like when I was a teenager, I had a real good buzz from fucking this like really tall joint, and I had a really good buzz. Like I did a good job, and I got a lot of ass off of that buzz. You got to build a good like mixtape shit. Like yeah, this that shit. What it do, Fig? You're not gonna say nothing, Fig. You're not gonna say hi to me, yo. You want to
He's
say hi
taking
to me?
notes. He's taking notes.
He's taking yeah, he's writing. He's writing this stuff down. It's very important, crucial shit.
This is actually
But
very important.
Yo,
but
really quick, Jules. there's also dudes that fucking, at least from the older guys, like, people who are in their 30s and their 40s. I know motherfuckers who used to watch porn and get off on the kinky shit. Like, it wasn't them actually watching broads
Whoa,
fucking.
what
They
kinky
were
shit though?
watching like the whole
Horses or
The tied up
choking,
shit.
the
The tie.
whole, yeah,
You
the
see,
S
I ain't
and
gonna lie. I
M,
never
all that
jacked that
shit.
shit, yo.
There's dudes out there that get into that shit.
no, because
Yo,
like the thing is the sexual experience does rely on depravity, and some people it's kind of like the relationship that alcoholics have with alcohol, that they don't know when to stop, right? With that, it's
mhm.
like they're like, yeah, you're just really depraved. You're watching horses, you're watching two girls, one cup, bestiality, all type of wild shit. they
What
they
the
got
fuck, bestiality?
yo I
What?
mean
Yeah,
yeah, they
Michael,
got
there's
that shit
there's films of that shit out there.
All you gotta do
For
is eat an ass.
real?
Forget about fucking a package up.
for real,
Yo,
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 like
can I tell
it's
y'all the worst story I have? I ain't gonna lie. So, like, when I was like 20, fresh out of COVID, I was wilding. I ain't gonna lie to you. The lockdowns and shit over here in Canada was way worse than you guys had it.
hmm
And I ain't gonna lie. I used to go out, me bitches. I used to lie about my age. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I used to tell bitches I was 24,
mm,
and then I messed with this shorty who she was 32. So
mm.
I didn't even think I had a chance with her. Anyways, I bagged her. Anyways, we're fucking, and tell me why out of nowhere, probably one of the worst experiences. She's riding, and then she just starts fucking choking me, just but like she almost no listen, she damn near punched my fucking throat when she grabbed my throat. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, yo, the hands down one of the worst experiences. Like she got way into it. I
Yeah.
don't know. She was fucking clothesline my shit, yo. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm
I
done.
had
You
a
know you
joint
liked
that she
it.
was
You know
real.
you liked it.
I had a joint that was like a real talker. Like it was sexy though. It really added to the experience. She was saying a lot of shit, like just a lot of shit.
I love a woman that's a good talker. I ain't gonna lie. I love
She's
that
a good
shit.
talker. She had like a real silky smooth voice too, so that worked really well. Where was I? I was further south earlier this week, and it would when you go further south, it's like yeah, shit really stops being diverse. It's either white people or black people when you go further south. And I'm down there. And I'm getting looks from the joints because I don't look. I really don't look like I'm from around there. And we went in this. I went to this piece. It's like I'm getting looks in the Wawa and all this other shit. And I'm like, yo, I'm fucking old, man. Like, y'all need to look at somebody y'all age. I'm fucking old. Like, cause these girls look like they're in their 20s or whatever. Like, I'm fucking old, man. Like, you
Yo,
literally
I'm gonna
are
tell you
young enough to
something.
be my daughter.
These younger bitches, they do love older cats, bro. Yo, my younger cousin, my older cousin, a couple years ago, when he was like 26, 27, he used to get nothing on the Tinder and all that shit, right?
Hmm
As soon as he turns 30, nigga, his Tinder is filled with likes. A lot of white bitches too. Lots
Yeah,
of white bitches.
it's. I think not for nothing, not to be gross. I really think it's some daddy type shit.
It really is. No, it 100% is. 100%
Like
is.
I just because it's
100%
like
is.
yo, why would you want to? Like it's different when but not for nothing, not even on no sick shit. When you see a young guy with an old joint, it is kind of that mommy shit though. Like yeah, it kind of is though. Like
No,
I
no,
can't
it really
that
is.
that look.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. And this doesn't get talked about enough, but like Leonardo DiCaprio, that dude to me, yo,
I
you're a
think that's
predator,
the
bro.
my God. I
You're
think that's
he's
disgusting. I really do think
yo,
that's
he's a predator.
disgusting.
He's a you know, Jules. If he could date younger, he would. You know, he would. If it was legally allowed, he
Yo,
would.
I
real
just
quick
don't
though.
see. Hold on. I just don't see what's he like 50?
He's 56, bro.
Yo, what is he gonna have to talk about with a joint that's like in her
That's what
mid
I'm saying.
20s? Like, what are y'all
Yo,
going to
I'm
talk
20.
about?
I'm 24. I can't even talk to a 20-year-old. Like I don't have nothing to talk about with you.
I got
Like
nothing
I
to
just
Yo,
talk
want to fuck.
about.
I'm just gonna fuck and then I'm gonna leave. That's literally all I do.
That's what Leo's doing. You don't
yo,
think he's
Jules.
trying to
Nah, he's
meet
dating
these
those bitches.
bitches?
He's dating
He's
those bitches.
dating
Okay,
those
Go
but
ahead,
he's
bitches,
Ignacio.
bro.
fucking them.
I
Go
was
ahead,
just gonna
Ignacio.
say, I know you guys are shitting on Leo for doing it, right? But remember, he's from a generation of Hollywood dudes that were doing that
Nah,
shit for a hot minute. I'll
I'm
give
not
you
doing
two
it. I'm not.
examples. Jack Nicholson and fucking George Clooney. Those two motherfuckers did the same shit this dude is
Yeah,
doing
but I'm
now.
not shitting on him,
Then they're
Ignacio.
all
Wait.
pedophiles, bro.
I'm not shitting on him. I'm saying that's not for me. I don't have nothing to talk to you. What are you going to talk to me about? Saturday morning
I'm
cartoons?
shitting
What are
on
you going
them,
to talk
bro.
to me
I know
about? Like,
for a fact that you're a predator, bro.
No,
Like,
like
this is
that's
weird.
but
and
Jules,
I get. Look, if a joint is 25, and let's say that the guy is my age, 43. Look, you could do it. You know, you're consenting adults. I mean, at that age, yeah, she's a consenting adult. But I'm just saying that I look at it and I'm like, yo, there's too much of a divide. What the fuck are we gonna talk
Yo,
about?
No,
bro,
I get it, but see,
no.
this is the double standard though, and then I'm pointing this to Michael because Michael's over here on the whole predator shit. Michael, are you gonna call Cher and Madonna a fucking predator for what they're doing?
No, because
You
I'm gonna be real. That to me, that is a false equivalency argument. Yo, dog. Yeah, Madonna's older, but she's not physically stronger than the guy, is she?
No, but I'm
Can
asking
she?
based on the age gap.
yeah,
That's
but
all
No,
I'm asking.
no, but
What if
I'm
she's
being
We're not
real.
talking about
yeah, but physical
physical
strength has
strength. What are you
physical
talking
strength has
about?
nothing to do with it. That's
No,
Okay,
no,
the
no,
what?
no,
difference.
no, no. If you're gonna go say, if you're gonna say that something is predatory, that implies near and apparent danger to one of the individuals. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't think Madonna's a threat to some strapping young man. He could throw her in the garbage. How's she
I
a
mean,
threat?
I don't mean
I
don't
what if
mean
she's a
it's
pretty
predator
big threat if
as
she
in
gets
what if
naked.
it's
Like,
Bam
who knows?
Rodriguez?
But
I
Well,
don't
then,
mean predator as in predator.
Yeah,
Yo,
well, then
you gotta
maybe.
chill. You gotta
okay,
chill.
but no, what I'm
no, no,
saying
no.
though is how is it predatory if, like you just said, it's a consensual relationship between two adults?
The
What?
reason it seems predatory, and I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying it seems that way or it feels that way. And the reason I do think it seems that way is look, a woman that age, women are already kind of dumb. At that age, a joint is a dumb cum bucket. You could manipulate the joint, and there is a manipulation involved in that. That yeah, you could.
Yes, there is.
There is a
And that's the
manipulation.
predatory aspect. That's the predator.
Yeah,
And
like
also, you guys are not adding. You guys thinking that he dates these women at 25. No, he breaks up with these women at 25. He starts
well,
dating
yeah,
them when they're
he do
Oh,
break
you
21.
up with
know,
a
you
lot
know
He's
of
that.
them.
dating them
Michael,
Now
when
that
but
they're
I
look,
think
21,
about it,
bro.
this is where I push back though. Look at George Clooney. Let's just use him for an example. That motherfucker, as he got older, he dated chicks for a while before he broke up with them. Now I know this dude Leo has a reputation of, oh, they get to 26 and he dumps them, right? But what I'm saying though is
Mhm.
like not every dude who dates a young bitch ends up going through the rest of his life just dating young bitches. Like George Clooney eventually got married once he found a bitch and he's got two kids.
Yo,
So
look,
Yeah, because
Leo's just kind
eventually
of
you
the
are gonna get
exception to
tired
the
of
let me let
rule.
me
yeah,
let
but
me
like
just say,
eventually you're gonna get tired of
if
the childish
if
shit.
you hear, if you know like everybody not gonna agree with this, but I hear the conversations that women in their young 20s and their mid 20s have, and I always think, wow, you're a fucking moron. But I sort of always walk away think like,
That's
wow,
what I'm
you're
trying to
a
say,
fucking
yo.
moron.
And I swear to God, I'm not trying to sound cool, but I'm
No, yeah,
24.
I'm not
I
with
do
the
not like having conversations with 20-year-olds.
yeah,
I
like
don't. Other
it
than
ain't
fucking, I
it ain't
fucking I leave.
activism. If it ain't activism, it's that like, yo, like I wouldn't, and it has the opportunities have presented themselves. I'm like, nah, get out of here, man.
But I
Like,
don't even like
No,
talking to
hang on.
women my age. I've always preferred
out of
older.
here.
I ain't gonna lie
But
to you.
Jules, to back you up
Always.
on that point, my oldest sister, she's the oldest of a bunch of us. She's 10 years older than my
She
youngest sister.
single?
Yes. And she's got a
Hey.
kid, so if you want that. She went out with my youngest sister and her bunch of her friends. She had no idea how to talk to these people. It's a 10-year age gap. Like, and you're gonna talk to
That's
someone
true.
who you want to fuck?
That's what
Nah,
I'm
fam.
saying. That
That's the predatory part, bro.
look,
That's what I'm talking about.
I went to a pizza spot, right? Ignacio gonna notice. You know how Highlander, right? When the Highlander is around, they can like sense each other. They can
Oh
like feel
yeah.
each other. So I go to this pizza spot. I'm down south. I'm down south a couple hours. I go to this pizza spot, this little joint. Oh my god. Like if I wasn't married with children, yeah, I probably would have shagged. It's a young joint, looks like 20 something. And she give me the Highlander, like, oh, I already know why you bending over like that. I already know why you keep coming over here. I already know why you standing right there. Like you standing right there. Like, all right, these is not coincidences over here. And it's like, yo, I thought about it. Like, what the fuck would I even talk to that bitch about though? What are we gonna talk about? Probably your politics, because you look like a liberal. I ain't gonna front. This joint looked like a liberal, but she was bad though. She's about 5'3", stocky in a stocky in a,
fuck the
what?
politics. What's up? Shit.
She's about 5'3", stocky in a good way, where she's solid, where like everything is nice. The curves is nice, the butt is nice, the legs. Everything was good. And I just thought about it as a thought exercise. Like if I was going, what are we going to talk about? There ain't nothing to talk about. Like you know what? The only way it could work is if I don't talk and I just listen. Because I don't got nothing to tell you. You are a child. You're a child to me. Like, what the fuck I'm going to talk to you?
Just real quick, I got a question for Michael. Since you were rapping to a bitch who was almost a decade older than you, what did you say to her? I'm curious.
I think Michael fell off. Did he fall off?
Is that what happened? Because
No,
I'm
he's
curious
still there.
to know what
He's
he
still
said.
there. Shout out to Mr. T. Michael forgot the safe word. Shout out to Pumpkin Dude. I'm 24 and I'd rather talk to older people. Yeah, like if you listen to a lot of stuff, like just pay attention. As if you in my age group, like nah, I don't got nothing to talk about with no 22, 24. Like nah, I wouldn't even want that. I could have all the money. I still want a 30-something-year-old with scratch marks, stab wounds, and stories and shit. Like I don't talk to some young joint. What you gonna talk to me about? Your cereal? Your vape pen? What are we gonna talk about? Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
There's nothing to talk about. And it's like if I'm seeing a dude's at a Taylor Swift concert by himself, he may be there for the right reasons, but Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, you know, like come on now.
When I was coming up, I was like that. I was always hanging with the older crowd, man. I could never really hang with people my age. I was just like, nah. I couldn't relate to them, like you said.
Well, just the joints country that like I'm saying that for this age, like I kind of noticed that a lot of places I go, I get looks from girls that are kind of really young. And I'm like, yo, I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with bitches wanting old ass men. Like I'm an old crusty man to you, ma. I'm like 43. Fuck is you looking at me for? Like, get out of here. Like, go mess with some young bum like you supposed to. Go mess with a young bum.
Jules, a lot of times though, like from what I've seen, I mean, I'm not saying that it's right, but what I'm saying is that I've seen that a lot of these females who are in their, teens and 20s that chase dudes that are older, 99% of them always say it's because they don't like dealing with the dudes their own age. Like that's usually their excuse.
Well, that's obvious. I mean, that's obvious by them looking at old crusty men. I'm just saying that as an old crusty man, I know that there's other guys that they would take advantage of that. But I'm saying, even if I was single, I would not want to. No, what the fuck am I going to do with you? You are a child.
Now that being said, Jules, if I were you, I'd be going to the wife and being like, "Hey, babe, this is some prime real estate right here." Like,
no. Now that you got to do. Wait, let me say this, Herb. The shit is, look, if you want your wife, if you are in a long-term relationship, whether it's a wife or just a long-term partner, that threat has to be there. Believe it. If you want her to keep sucking your dick and keep giving you pussy, oh yes, that threat has to be there. Because the moment that she feel other joints don't want you, she won't want you. That's real.
Yeah, that's real. That's just sure. Like the it's just like the whole theory, Jules, where when you're single as a man and ain't no bitches fucking with you, no bitches pay attention to you. But the moment that you got the scent of a broad on you, all of a sudden these hoes climb all over themselves to try to talk to you.
Yeah, that threat got to be there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was married, I got caught cheating. And it blew. It was crazy. But then out of the blue, she just starts sucking me off for nothing.
Yo,
so that's how it goes, though.
Yeah, that's like if a joint feel that other joints don't want you, sometimes it feel like you don't even really like me. You just like that she like me. It's like, oh, y'all competing with each other. This like that Mia Khalifa porn where she brought her boyfriend home and her mom That's one of my favorite.
Bro, she was so much hotter when she was thick. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that was one of my favorite
Jesus
ones.
Christ. Nah,
It
I
was one
like
of
the
my
one,
favorite
the
ones.
one with the pink, with the purple top. Like, alright.
Yo, when she,
She's fine
yo, I
as fuck.
used to go crazy when she had the
Oh,
hijab on, bro. Oh my
yo.
god, I used to go
Yo,
crazy.
yo.
I used to
The
go
hijab. Yo,
with the
did
hijab.
one of the fucking terrorist organizations contact her for that shit? Like, yo, don't worry about
Yeah, they
this. Be
threatened her
careful.
life over that, bro.
Yo, like
And you know what the
ISIS contact her.
what kills me about her is you was really wishing like it's always gonna bother me, you know, that you talk all this extra Gaza, all the usual type of stuff you expect to hear, but you choose to live here. You choose to live here because you know, ma, if you went back to any one of them places, they would beat your ass. They would stone you in any one of those places.
They
You
cut her
should
head
be
off.
you should be
The minute,
thankful. You should be
the minute
thankful this place exists.
the minute she got back, all she would hear is Abdul get the rocks. That would be it.
Oh,
She wouldn't
Mr.
remember. She wouldn't remember
Abdul.
nothing after that.
Mr. T, that ain't right, man. That ain't
No,
right.
shout out to Mr. T. Country used to roll dice with Abe Lincoln. Head crack.
Hey,
Four,
I
five,
beat him
six.
though. I beat him.
456. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like shit is crazy out here. But I decided, fellas, I am gonna give the Odyssey a chance. I'm gonna give it a chance. I know that it is just absolutely ridiculous to have Ellen Page as any incarnation of a warrior. It just looks ridiculous. But I heard that Ellen is not actually on in the movie very long, just in the first few minutes, then they out of there. And Lupita, I heard the same thing. That like all these things that people are hung up on, they don't actually last very long. And you're talking about a 3-hour movie. So it's like, well, if they only in it for the first 8 minutes or whatever, which also makes sense because the Odyssey takes place after the Trojan War is over. Lupita was never going to be in the movie that long anyway. And Achilles, not that Ellen Page is playing Achilles. Achilles was dead by the end of the Trojan War. So I mean, he was dead by then. He got hit with the arrows.
I get that, Jules, but it's like, okay, then why'd you include them? Oh, Oscar bait. You want this to be Oscar bait, so whatever. I ain't gonna let you have
I mean,
it.
yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head because that's honestly you can't you can't really justify that sort of casting as a storytelling mechanism. Like, what part of the story is Ellen Page? You know, like what part of the story is any of this? And I heard they're doing the Rivertons thing in this thing. My daughter, my wife watched the Bridgertons or the Rivertons or whatever the fuck this shit is called, where they're in Victorian England, but it's like super diverse. And like, bro, it wasn't like that. Fuck is y'all doing? Like, that's not what that was like at all. Y'all got Indians and Dominicans and everybody. Like, yeah, it wasn't like that, but go ahead. And I heard it's like that in the Odyssey, that they got an Asian dude in the joint. They got an Arab. It's like, yo, this supposed to be Greece, right? I mean, I would have thought it was all white dudes or whatever, but I'm gonna give it a chance because of Christopher Nolan. He hasn't let me down yet, and I'm gonna give him a chance. Because I read other things that said no, it's really good. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give Chris a chance because Interstellar is one of my favorite movies ever. The Prestige, I love The Prestige. That's all aside from the typical Dark Knight, Oppenheimer, all that shit. Like, Chris done made some movies, man. So I'm gonna give him a chance. Gonna watch Obsession after I get off of this because it just came on Peacock. I can't wait. I heard that was good.
I'm watching Evil Dead Burn.
How's that?
Creepy as shit. I'm like, oh my
Well,
God, I can't put up.
Herb, that's what Evil Dead is. It's a fucking crazy horror film.
You know that I never got into that shit, bro. I never got into Evil Dead.
No, that's
You
shit.
never liked the original ones, Jules?
I never saw it, bro. I
No.
never saw it.
The
I don't know
original
what-
ones are campy as fuck, but they're entertaining though.
But what is it about?
So basically, it's just kind of the whole concept of like these people are like infected and they become like these fucking like mutant type zombies and shit. And like if you fucking scratch someone or bite someone, it's very similar to like the whole 28 days shit.
Okay.
It started with the guy with the chainsaw hand.
Yeah,
That's how far that shit comes.
Bruce
The guy was
Campbell.
changed.
Bruce
Yeah, Bruce
Campbell.
Campbell. Yeah.
The whole
He
thing
was like
comes
a
from the
horse.
You've seen the Necronomicon memes from other horror movies, right? This is where
Hmm.
that comes from. The
I don't know if
evil Book of the dead.
I don't know if I don't know if it's too late to get, because I'm at an age where I seldom ever watch anything new. Like I've been binge watching Seinfeld episodes on Netflix, bro. All 9 seasons, bro. And that was back when TV shows had 26 episodes per season, bro. I've been loving that shit. I love some Seinfeld. I don't really
But
watch a lot of
why?
new shit.
Yo,
I don't watch a lot of new shit,
It'll do a
Hey,
show
dude.
about this, a
Hey,
show
dude,
about nothing.
Get her.
Did you watch Watchmen, the series Watchmen?
Nah, I saw the movie, but I never
Right.
saw the series.
Series is pretty good. It's pretty. I mean, I picked back up on it last night. It's different. It's really bugged out, man. I think you should take a look at that shit, dude. It's like the police gotta call in and get their guns out of their holster. They gotta get it registered to take out to use. The police force wear masks. It's bugged out. And Dr. Manhattan shows up in it too.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like a dystopian, not dystopian future, because really it takes place in our past. But it's supposed to be kind of dystopian Watchmen. Like, yeah, the superheroes is outlawed. They on the brink of World War III. The comic was pretty cool. The comic and the movie, I love the movie. Like, yeah, I think that movie is lit. Shout out to Let's Get It. Evil Dead are about demons. Ah, all right, all right. Well, yeah, that aside, let's talk some boxing. Andy
have to.
Cruz. Andy Cruz that shit is so weird that he's fighting in an IBF eliminator tomorrow just to go to 130 after that. That makes no sense, but okay, bro. Do what you do. How do you guys think Andy, just based on the 6 fights that he's had as a lightweight, how do y'all think he'll do at 130?
I mean, if you couldn't get it done at 126, why am I supposed to believe you at 130?
No, he was never at 126, bro.
Or which I'm getting it backwards, whichever, because it's like you don't have power like that. You're kind of just You only have so many years of your prime left. It's whatever.
Could he beat O'Shaquie Foster?
No.
Wow, that was fast. No chance Andy Cruz beats O'Shaquie Foster. He gotta go medal.
I don't see it.
Nah.
And
God damn.
He got enough experience.
He don't. He don't. I mean, like, forget Navarrete. Like, Navarrete's not gonna box you, so that is out. Like, he's not gonna box you, bro.
Navarrete's gonna put him in a casket.
Yeah, like he's going like I don't see you beating Navarrete. I don't see a lot of people beating Navarrete at 30, but I'm thinking what? Forster,
You know who he could fight?
Kakache.
Fucking Kakache.
That's everybody go to. Like, you know who he could beat? Kakache. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say that.
Are we?
shit.
But here's the thing: are we sure he can beat Kakache?
No, he could beat Kakache. He could beat Kakache. He could. Like Kakache smart. He know who not to fight. Like, that dude's smart, bro. When Jazza Dickens got a belt, that dude right there you go. You know what I mean? Like, yes.
Yeah, Jason, notice how he avoided the shit out of Sugar. He didn't want no part of that.
And not for nothing, did y'all see that Kakache versus Dickens fight? That was a lot harder than it was supposed to be. Kakache, that was actually harder than it was supposed to be. So yeah, I give Andy a shot. I give him a shot to beat him. But as far as Navarrete, no. Foster, it's in the air. Sugar, just because of the styles, I would say no. Like, nah, you're not boxing Sugar Nunez, bro. You not. Like, you're not gonna be able to keep that dude off you. If you run into him down there, you're not gonna be able to keep that dude off you, bro. You gonna be trying to do your Sugarfoot shit, and eventually you gonna gas. So the one guy you could win a belt from is definitely Anthony Kakache. That's who you could win a belt from.
And he can still beat you.
Probably could. You probably could. Shit. So we seeing that Eddie Hearn is acting like a little bit salty because Shakur went to Zmufa. And he's talking about that Shakur sold out his legacy. Do you guys agree with that? That because he went to Zuffa, now he not a legacy fighter no more? You don't got a legacy no more because he went to Zuffa? Or is that just Eddie being salty?
Did you ever really have one though to begin
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
mean,
little column A, little
with?
column
What leg
B.
you see?
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
like
He
Jules.
ain't beat nobody really though.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
no, I
look
mean
at
he
his.
beat Tio. He beat Tio.
Oh,
Okay.
he beat Tio. Yay.
But is that win gonna age well, Jules? You think?
Well, that depends. Do you think Tio could beat Rolly?
No, I think the crayon
Nah.
motherfucker is gonna get him.
So you got Tio. Not wait. So you're not playing. You serious? You have Rolly beating Tio.
Yeah, I don't have much confidence in Tio, to be honest. At
Yeah.
this point, I'm not convinced that dude can compete at 147. He's a squat, short dude who likes to counter people, and
He's got
I'm
no
just
power
not
at this
convinced.
weight.
He's got no power. Yeah, what has he done to convince you he's gonna do something at 47?
It's for me. And I am going with Tio to win that fight. That's my official pick. I'm going with Tio to win that fight because of the Benavidez Zerto factor. He sparked that guy too many times. I could see it in his eyes, and I could see it in his father's eyes. They got a chip in their shoulder. They know that they was beating up Rolly in them sparring sessions. And you know what y'all think is one thing, and what Rolly thinks is another thing. And what I see is, Rolly, when that bell ring, you are gonna defer to fighting how y'all fought in them sparring sessions. You're gonna make the same mistake that Zerto made. Remember, Zerto was on his toes, boxing, jabbing for like 3-4 fights. But they put David in front of him, and he started fighting like a dickhead. You start fighting like what happened to the jab? What happened to moving around? Now he started fighting like a dickhead because you was in here with this guy that knows you. I think it's gonna be the same for Rolly.
Rolly got a secret weapon. He got the judo toes.
Counterpoint. Are we sure Rolly Romero remembers him?
Yeah,
because he's an idiot.
Doesn't Rolly have a decent trainer right now?
He do. He has Salas, which is a lot better than Senior. I mean, Salas is the professor, like he is. But in fairness, I defer to the Zerto shit because look, Zerto was looking right for 4 fights. He was looking right. He's doing good with Dorticos, with Gulamarian, with Chris Billum Smith, with Joe Smith. He was doing good. And then they put him in there with a guy that knew him, and he started fighting like a dickhead. Like he fought like a whole dickhead. Like what happened, bro?
Dude,
Good.
I hear you, bro, but here's the problem, man. At the end of the day, I think Tio actually gonna look good. He gonna be boxing and doing his thug thizzle, and then he gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Bro, you a
Too
edge.
small.
You a edge lord. You just saying that shit to be edgy, bro. You
No,
don't
I'm
have.
not. He's too
You don't have
small,
Rolly.
bro.
You don't have.
I'm not saying that to be edgy.
Did
I
you
have Rolly
see
winning
them?
my knockout.
Did
He's
you
too
see
small.
them? Did you see them stand? Listen, y'all saying Rolly is bigger than Tio in the sense that he puts on more weight than Tio. They showed them standing next to each other. They about the same height.
Oh, that sounds good. I mean, I hear you, but
They about the same height.
what about in the ring though? Tio don't fight big in the ring. And he ain't fought big at 140. What makes me think he gonna fight big at 147? I mean, hey, listen, you going with the guy that can box better. I ain't mad at you, but Tio gonna make a mistake, bro, and he gonna pay, and he gonna get knocked out.
I think the Teofimo era is upon us, and a part of the reason I think it's upon us, not just the familiarity factor, but when somebody has been in a fog like him, right? You know, you go through a good period, which he did, then you go through a bad period, which he did. Now he about to go through a good period. Yeah, he about to go through a good period. You're gonna beat Rolly. I don't think you're gonna get Ryan right after that. You probably gonna fight the Australian after that. Probably gonna get him and get his belt, and then maybe you lose to a Ryan or somebody like that. Because do you guys think he could beat Ryan? Tio?
He has yet to prove that he can beat an Australian, so I'm sure he even gets there.
Does anybody have Tio beating Ryan?
No.
Wow. So y'all think Ryan knocks him out, or y'all think that?
Ryan,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah, I don't really give fucking.
Wait, go ahead, Herb.
I think Ryan's too big for him, man. Got every
He might,
advantage,
yeah.
the height.
Yeah, he might be. Go ahead, Ignacio.
I don't give that Floridian much of a chance against Ryan Garcia.
The only thing that Ryan has is that he's bigger, though. You know, that's it. That he's a taller guy. You know, he hits hard when he's on his Osterin. You know, kind of fast. I, I I could see how Ryan beats him, but Ryan is pretty dog shit. Also, like let's not come on. Like he looked like dog shit with Oscar Duarte. He looked like ass. Looked like ass with Rolly. You beat Mario. You understand? Like, don't let that shit fool you. He beat Mario. That's all he did. He beat Mario. T.O. couldn't have beat Mario?
Steve Claggett.
Jury's out.
That's all I gotta say.
I know, right? Like,
Steve
man,
Claggett.
oh man, Ryan only looked good against Mario. Steve Claggett, bro.
You know what's bad, Ignacio? Motherfucking Adam Azim beat the dog shit out of Steve
Yep.
Claggett. You seen that shit? He beat the
Yep.
dog shit out of him, bro. Fast, too.
Yeah, 2 rounds he kicked the fuck out of Claggett.
Bro, that's bad for T.O., bro. That's actually like, yo, how the fuck he did that? You supposed to
That's
be
what I'm saying, Jules. That's why I'm not convinced of T.O. doing anything at 47.
you supposed to be the takeover, the layover, the makeover. What happened? Like,
No,
fucking
what-
Adam Azim got like 10 fights. He beat the shit out that dude, bro.
What
That's
happened was
fucked up.
What happened was he left the Lomachenko division. That's what happened.
Yeah. Honest to God, Jason, you're right, because that was always my contention about T.O. that upon moving up, you were in the perfect spot as a lightweight. You were perfect for lightweight. But anything above that, yeah, a lot of that shit you do, it ain't gonna work. A lot of that shit you do, you know. We got unbiased Brim's favorite Rhode Islander is gonna be fighting soon. And I think now's about a good time for the Andre versus Charlo fight.
Oh, yeah.
Charlo can't go to Australia, right? Andre is fighting in casinos. He fighting at Foxwoods or whatever the fuck that shit is, right? That'd be a good time to do that fight.
You mean that motherfucker still can't get on the plane, Jules?
Nah, they not letting him in. They not letting him in.
Wow.
He's indefinitely for next week. He is indefinitely out of the fight. Can't go over there. Probably because he got a felony. That's what somebody said. He got a felony. So Stephen Fulton, I think they could still. He has a week to get sorted out, even though it doesn't help your situation if you just now getting out there. You were supposed to be out there already.
Yeah.
homie. You supposed to be out there, so you
Bro.
know.
Yeah,
Stephen
well,
Fulton
Charlo
doesn't
got-
give a shit about boxing anymore, I don't think.
Nah, Liam Wilson is gonna fucking Stephen his Fulton is what's about to happen. He about to Stephen his Fulton, bro.
Charlo getting ready to go through it at home. Him and his wife gonna be fussing and fighting in front of them kids and fuck that payday up. They're gonna be going at it in that house.
Well, I think what helps him is that, and I said it at the start of the show, what helps him is since PBC is on the zone now and all those promoters is there, if they willing, you know, and I think they could find him a slot on somebody else's show. Because if you notice, like the top ranked guys is ending up on Golden Boy shows and shit like that. So y'all could fake do that for Charlo. You know, like I could see Eddie using him for something, right? Like Charlo, come over here. You want a sandwich? You want a bag of platin chips? We got you, bro. You could fight on this show. You see, you could look at it like that. I seen Andy Ruiz. You know, he fighting Damian Neba. That dude is big, bro. Dude is big. I think that's gonna be a good fight. Andy Ruiz, Damian Neba. I think that's gonna be a good fight. Good fight. What else? I seen Drew. You know, Drew real sized over this Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia situation. And I'm like, yo, man, listen, man. Ain't no way you gonna spin it to where Conor Ben getting knocked out by Ryan is a good thing, bro. Because that's the only thing that's about to happen. Like, well, that dude ain't fought as a welterweight in 4 years. What do you think is gonna happen, bro?
The only-
Peter Dobson.
Right? Pete Dobson. That dude about to get knocked the fuck out. You know, I like what Zuffa's doing. I can't stress that enough. I like that they making everybody nervous and they're making everybody have to work harder. I like all of that. But realistically, y'all can't keep doing this. You can't. You're gonna do this. Let's say you're gonna do this for maybe 2 years before the well runs dry. And we're gonna get some good fights in those 2 years. But eventually, yeah, you're gonna tighten up your wallet too, just like everybody else. And after that, then you're gonna have to figure out how to really make fighters. Cause it's cool. You could throw money at all your problems right now. It's cool, yeah, while you got the money. That shit ain't forever. That shit ain't forever.
I'm just trying to understand how they thought throwing money at Conor Benn is a good thing.
Bro, like I said, like I'm trying to understand. Asked Drew the other day, how is Conor Ben getting knocked the fuck out by Ryan good for Zuffa? Because that's the only thing that's gonna happen. He is about to be a highlight reel, bro. He is about to be a whole highlight reel. I gotta take this call. I'll be right back.
And then at 147, what does he do anyway? What can he do besides Ryan? And staying at that weight going to kill him in itself.
I mean, it's just a shit show. Like, there's.
At this point, it is.
I just don't see how people still be capping for Verge right now. Like at one point in time, I was on Verge side. That was a long age of time ago, bro. Like I know y'all ain't talking about. We agreed to the fight, bro. If you talking about the old contract from 5 months ago, cut it out. Cut it out. No,
that's crazy.
I would just like to pat myself on the back for calling what a bitch he was way before anyone else did. Go me.
I don't want to talk about the guy that bad. I don't want to call him a bitch, but I will say that he is letting his team call his shots.
Bro,
and they ain't doing him no fucking favors.
No, bro, he is a bitch. By his actions, he's a bitch. Talking shit to Xander, talking shit to Boots. Like, they had the balls to fight each other. You didn't.
Damn, you know what? You're making your argument even more compelling, man. I just don't want to call him a bitch, but I mean, I can't say you're wrong for what you're saying, sir. I just can't. Because I was thinking to myself, like, if you're gonna talk that, you got to go walk that or shut the fuck up, you know?
Well, shutting the fuck up is the only. Go ahead.
In all reality, Virgil is scared of Pandora because if you look at what Boachuk done to Virgil, what Boachuk longer reach, taller, and he can imagine what Fedora just might do to him. So he don't really want to fight Fedora. He never really wanted to.
I don't even think it's about him being scared of Fedora, though, Herb. Jules adopted my theory, bro. And I always believed that they had a handshake deal where Samson, Oscar, and Mauricio was like, okay, we're not going to put no pressure on Fedora, even though we're the interim. But you're going to let us have some autonomy to do certain things and move how we want to if you give us this favor. So just like they did Benavidez. You front like you really want Canelo, but you don't put no real pressure. Behind the scenes, you say, okay, do this. You got to look out for us. And then when he move up, they're going to start getting party favors. Watch. When he move up 160, he's going to start getting WBC party favors.
Yeah, I thought it was like a handshake behind the scenes and shit that always kept them from fighting. But I think that they know that Fedora will probably beat him too. I think he will beat him. If you look at him and Boachuk fight, that right there tell you right there, a fighter with a longer reach that got rapid punching speed. It's like he got dropped 2 times.
Guys, we're doing a deep dive guys, we're doing a deep dive analysis on a fighter whose dream fight is fucking Errol Spence. What are we doing here?
Well, maybe
like that's the maximum of his ambition is to have a fight in Jerry World against Errol Spence. He's a he's a near 30-year-old man who has never been in a world title fight. And we're talking about him like he's a premier fighter. Like, how does he match up against Fedora? How does he match up against Boots? He's not a serious fighter, and he's a bitch. Why are we talking about him?
And well, if he somehow remotely beats Zoo by some way, and then we can let Virgil go chase him, that's his dream fight. Well, hey, Spence want to go chase your dream fight.
It's adorable. You think that Spence needs to beat Zoo for them to try and get that Virgil Spence fight. Like I envy your innocence, my friend.
Yeah, I know Spence is not gonna win that fight. No one expects him to.
The thing is, though, Jason, I'll say this much: if Spence gets his ass beat next weekend, There's no way that Golden Boy could ever sell that fucking fight. I don't give a damn what they say. No one's gonna believe that's a real fight. Because how can you sell a guy who's lost 2 fights in a row and literally hasn't looked good in either fight if he gets his ass kicked against Tim Tszyu?
Let me help you. Spence's last stand in his hometown. Do or die. That's how. And they won't.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's enough. If he gets his ass handed to him, by Tim Tszyu, there's no way that labeling it as a last fucking stand is gonna help sell that shit.
You'd be surprised.
Too taxing.
I don't know. Just call me a pessimist because I can't see it.
That's weird because I'm so pessimistic. I think it'll work at least on enough of a level for them to clap themselves on the back.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how much of a pessimist I am. Like, the world will make this work to spite me. Just to spite me.
They make a good spoof.
But yeah.
When Probus has a card on this weekend too.
Yeah, Herb, there's 16 fights on it.
Bro, it's too many.
Are you gonna watch 16 fights?
Yo, that's wild that they did that. You know why they did that, right? Because they're running out of dates.
Yep.
They should do that tonight. They got a lot of views.
What they should have did was at least split it in 2. Do 8 of them joints today and 8 tomorrow. 16 fights, homie.
Yep.
Bro, they can't do it tomorrow. No one's gonna watch. It's the
motherfucker.
Literally,
So when does the card start, Ignacio? At 12?
4 p.m. Eastern.
Yo, that's I might go live for that joint. I might go live like at 7 for that joint because I'm like, yo, that's a lot of fights. My ass is gonna have a cramp in it if I sat there and watched all them damn fights, bro. Motherfucker. It's gonna be like is this gonna be on the app? Because Paulie said they supposed to get on the app after this month. I think he said.
Yeah, I think so.
That card tomorrow is on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube from what I've seen.
All right. Because there's only one fight on there I wanted to see. Being real, there's only one fight.
Charlie Suarez.
you know, I gotta get my Charlie Suarez on, bro. You know, I gotta get that shit on, bro. When is the Lester the Molester fight? When is that?
That's at the end of next month. That's the same day as the Tama and Hrgovic.
Yeah, I'll go live for that. I'll probably get the app. It's only $5, right? What's $5, bro? I spend more than that on fucking cigarettes. Shit.
Jules, I saw Mirko Coelho, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not terribly impressed. Like he's an Argentinian. He gets hit a lot and he hits hard.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's enough, bro. I mean, he's not a small guy, right? He's kind of built like Brandon, ain't he?
Yeah, very similar kind of build. Yeah,
I figured that. Like, look, I'm not saying he a bogeyman, but I do think they avoiding him because Nick Ball got to fight Brandon instead of him, and he was the interim at the time. Now Brandon has the belt; he's fighting Tomoki Kamita, and this guy's still the number 1 contender. It got to be a reason ain't nobody fighting this dude. If he was a bum, they would have fought him. If he was a bum, it's clearly something about him they don't like. What I wanted to bring up was Virgil. Because we know Boots ain't next. Like, we know that now. Boots ain't next. That's a no-go. That's not happening. So what are the odds that on that premise they leave 154? Go to middleweight.
That Virgil leaves 54?
Yep. He ain't fought. My guy, he ain't fought since last fall.
No, yeah, I get it. I mean, there's a good chance that he could move up because, I mean, think about it. He'd have the ability to fight somebody like Aaron McKenna's fighting for the BF title next month. So he could fight Aaron McKenna for that fucking belt.
And the winner of Spence Zoo.
He doesn't.
Oh yeah, because that fight's a fucking middleweight fight.
Bro, he doesn't want to go the IBF route. Remember? The IBF.
Yeah, he won't go. Yeah, he won't go for the BF until he gets another belt first. Then he'll go for the BF. Yeah, he don't want to be subject to that 10-pound shit. Shout out to Misael. Conor Ben versus Doodoo, Zoo, Mel, or Thurman. Who's Doodoo?
They all beat him. Boo boo.
Nah, I don't think he's. Why would Conor Ben be fighting Demetrius Andre, bro? I don't even like Andre. I don't even like on. I think he told my Hitchens. I think he told my Hitchens. I'm be real. Conor don't beat none of them. Conor don't beat none of them.
Nope.
I think that Virgil gets the one.
You don't even think he could be fucking.
Wait. Go ahead, Herb.
I think Virgil gets the 160 and drag his feet and let a year and a half go past and won't even capture a title up there. Same bullshit that Oscar put him through there. He'll go to the same ringer up there as well.
I think they're going up there, Herb, for the winner of Spence Zoo specifically, irrespective of who it is. If Tim win, if Spence win, they gonna go after that guy. That's what I think the play is. Like, I think they're actively pursuing. They know that boot shit ain't gonna happen, and you know, like I said it already, but I'm gonna say it again. The shit is, you can't really think they would let Virgil have that fight for anything less than 50%. They tried the 50% Xander when he had a belt. And I'm thinking like, yo, y'all know what y'all want. Y'all not going to fight Boots for 30 to 35, but that's what y'all deserve, though. It's 30 to 35. Y'all don't deserve no 40. Y'all damn sure don't deserve no 50. So what I think the play now is, they're not going to say it yet, but Virgil's next fight is going to be at middleweight. Book it, screen record it. That dude is not staying there. For what? You don't want fucking, you don't want Sebastian. You never say nothing about this guy. And you know you're not going to get Boots. Not that I don't even know if y'all really want Boots, but it ain't next. And Kelly about to fight Boots. So that tells the story. What reason is there to keep making 54 then if you're not going to do none of that?
Yeah, there's an interim belt he can win at 160, pretend he's doing anything with his life, and cross his fingers that Spence somehow wins.
Yeah.
Have his dream fight.
You know, if Spence wins that fight, he's not fucking fighting Virgil. I mean, he's not. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Spence ain't dumb. I don't even, you know, I got this and that to say about Virgil, bro, but he would put Arrow in the fucking hospital. Like, yeah, he would fuck you up, man. You better stay away from him, man.
I mean, a stiff drink would put him in the hospital these days. So
in fairness, for real, in fairness. But I do think that that's the play. It's a commercially viable fight. It is, especially if Spence, you know, if Spence goes out there and he looks good, he looks the part, and he wins in good fashion, that could reanimate that fan base long enough that you could do a Virgil fight and it would sell. The thing is, I don't expect Spence to take on no live bodies whatsoever. I think this is a one and done. If he wins, like, yeah, he's what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna go fight Yanni back? What, he's gonna go fight Lara? Nah, that dude is one fight and he's back in the retirement home, bro. On a patio chair, drinking lemonade. One fight, that's it. That dude is done.
Oh, yeah, Yanni Beck is still at 160. I mean, he's suspended, but he's at 160.
No, but he's still there. He said he wants Canelo, though, so you already know what time it is.
That's true.
He said he wants Canelo, so you know what he's thinking about. He thinking about moving up. Fuck you gonna stay there for?
Probably should have the day he fainted. They had to cancel the fight. Like, maybe this weight class isn't for you anymore, bro.
I can't wait to see him get fucked up. They really thought you was gonna be the next Triple G, bro. Kazakh Thunder and shit, bro. That dude is a dud, bro. It's mostly not his fault. You was just in a dog shit division. We really gonna find out who you are now when you go to super middleweight. We're gonna find out who you are because you know he talked that good shit. There's no shortage of good fights to make at 168. There's a lot of good people to fight. There's Munguia, there's Martinez, there's Pacheco, there's Sajo, there's Mobili, there's Melenkuziev. There's a lot of good people up there to fight. Hell, I would be impressed if he went up there and fought Bruno. Bruno Sarace. I would be impressed if he went up there and fought that guy. If you beat the shit out of him is the thing. If you could beat the shit out of that dude, because Munguia beat him, but he didn't beat the shit out of him in the rematch. If you could beat the shit out of that dude, I would be impressed. I would be impressed. There's a lot of good fights to make up there.
Jules,
Get
Virgil moves up to 60 and fights Michael Zarafa.
Nah, Michael about to fight Chris
get
Eubank. That's they saying.
no bet. Why would you go to 60 or whatever, and then I'm gonna go? I mean, like how you say, Jules. You think that he's gonna jump on the winner of Spencer? That still doesn't get him nowhere. He need a fucking belt in his possession as a
Because
bargain.
he not looking. The shit is that I don't know. I don't know what they think of Virgil, right? But they move really scary with Virgil, and people don't talk about it. That they move scary. That like y'all do. You've been at junior middleweight for 2 years. How could this be what you did so far? Why are y'all not pushing for Sebastian? That's kind of what the giveaway is. They're like, yo, dog, you can't get boots, whatever, right? But you got a direct line to a belt, and you don't want to take it.
He's had a direct line for years, Jules. At 147, he had a direct line to a belt. He just didn't want them Crawford problems.
Yeah, but with Crawford, you could forgive it. Hold on. With Crawford, you could forgive it, though, because, and I'm not, I mean, like, to me, you duck Crawford straight up. But I'm saying that not fighting Crawford is one thing. Now, not fighting Sebastian. Bro, that dude got knocked out by Mendoza.
Bro,
how the fuck you...
It becomes a problem when you ducking Crawford when it's established it's a pattern of behavior that you want nothing to do with anyone who has a belt.
Shout out to my man Adnan and Adnan Aesthetics. Ring IQ, the best boxing channel. His future site is lethal. Appreciate you, bro. Go ahead, Herb.
But she made me forget that fuck.
But we're talking shit about Virgil.
Talking shit about Virgil.
What the fuck? Damn.
He's been an interim for 2 years. Gag.
When they move him like that, do you think that comes from poor development?
I think it comes from, you know what I think it is, Herb? It's that they know what he is. He's world class. I'm not gonna shit on him outright. There's people I think Virgil beats, absolutely. But he's a pressure guy. Like, he's not more than that. He's a pressure guy. He's a very good pressure guy, kind of good pressure guy, but he's a pressure guy. That's what he's good at. And there's plenty of people that, while I think there's a lot of people he could beat, there are plenty of people who could beat him. Yeah. Look, I would favor him to beat Sebastian, right? I think most of the panel would favor him to beat Sebastian, but the other side of the coin is, you've been knocked down 3 times. Got knocked down by Mean Machine. Got knocked down by Boachuk 2 times. If Sebastian hits you,
see, I just said that when you took the cigarette, when you took a break to take a phone call, I was saying that because Boachuk had him in height, reach, and the chances of Fendora with the height and reach, he's bound, is more dangerous. So
because people tend to forget how he looked in that fight. That he didn't look good at all in that fight with Boachuk. He didn't look good at all. He didn't look good at all in that fight. Some people think he lost that fight.
Yeah, I think they just don't trust him against anyone with a longer reach than him, especially if they have pop. If they have pop and punches longer reach, they want nothing to do with you.
I mean, just put it this way: if Errol Spence Jr. were the interim champion, they would have jumped. They would have jumped on that opportunity. If Keith Thurman, in other words, if Keith Thurman had the BC or Errol had the BC, they would have went for it by now. But Sebastian has the BC, and y'all been sitting on the interim for 2 years. That's crazy. Now y'all about to let him fight some Albanian dude. I never even seen that dude fight. And y'all not gonna say nothing? No, we just gonna keep faking the funk with the Boots shit. Like we really about to fight Boots. That's crazy. His career is crazy, bro, because it might turn out that he don't be shit. I don't view Virgil as a legacy fight for Boots. I still don't. Till you get a belt, that's not a legacy fight.
That's wrong. Right. I don't want to see that shit till you. That's not even a big fight. Y'all gotta have belts. Unification gotta be involved with that.
Yeah, like and Trey, I said that shit. Before we got here, I said that shit months ago. That's not a legacy fight. What's the legacy? Virgil don't have a legacy. You think 5 years from now people gonna be talking about how he beat Madrimov?
That's what.
Fuck out of
Yeah, they
here,
love
bro.
that. They love to bring up that fight.
Bro, you want my prediction? In 5 years, they won't be talking about Virgil Ortiz.
I don't
He
think
don't.
so.
Nah,
He don't have the guts. I don't think he got the balls, the guts to go to 160 because he gonna run into Xander up there. That's what's
Nah,
gonna happen.
see, no,
he
no,
gonna run into
no,
Yanni,
no.
but
Wait a minute. I disagree on that. They, I'm not going to say this about Virgil because he, but Rick and Oscar, they is on some coward shit. To catch Xander or for getting beat the fuck up, yeah, they might do that. They might try to do that because he got beat the fuck up. They trying to catch him on the humble. Remember, these is the guys that spent the last 3 years talking about Spencer's my dream fight. And he got beat the fuck up. Going after Xander, well, that ain't that far off.
Yeah,
They
but I
might
mean,
try to do that.
I thought about that too. But then if Xander goes there and Xander gets his feet planted at 160, do his little 1-2, Virgil might have catch problems fucking with that young boy.
No,
You never know.
like, is there a chance? Is there a chance that Xander could do well? Yeah, there's a chance, but they're very opportunistic. Is the main thing. They're gonna look at what's safer, fighting Boots or fighting Xander that just got beat the fuck up. Yeah, let's go fight Xander. What's safer, fighting Boots or fighting Tim Zoo or Errol Spence? You, like that. That's where they, and that's why Virgil. That's a part of why, a big part of why Virgil hasn't gotten anything done. You letting them make all the decisions for you, right? You letting them do all the thinking, and that's why ain't nothing going on.
Bro,
That's why ain't nothing going on.
I'm not letting a near 30-year-old man off the hook for, oh, my manager and promoter are cowards, so what can I do? Fuck you. Be a man.
Xander is 23. He told them motherfuckers, I want Boots. Bob just said I didn't want that fight for Xander. Boots hits too fucking hard. He said that shit. Like he didn't want that shit. That only happened because Xander wanted it to happen. So y'all motherfuckers is damn near 30. You can't hide behind your manager, bro. If you want fights, fights happen. Straight up. Fucking Sebastian with the mandatory shit, because unifications don't trump mandatories, bro. Because they don't. You telling me what? That if you wanted to fight Boots, the WBC would stop you and say, no, you have to fight this Albanian club fighter. Stop it, bro. Stop it.
but didn't he say in the interview he ain't care about the other bit? I swear I seen it.
No, he did say that. He did say that.
I'm just happy
with the WBC. I don't care about the other
But really, at Golden Boy, they all move like cowards. Because remember what they were doing with the Sabeta shit and Stevenson? Oh, they couldn't stop talking shit about it, but it was time to make that fight. Oh, we've got other options. We can do this.
Nah, they knew it was gonna happen.
They had to be bullied into making that fight.
That's how you know Shakur. That's how you know Shakur, though. You know, because we give Shakur a lot of shit, but that's how you know he's the real thing. If he wasn't, he would have lost to Zepeda. If he wasn't,
for sure.
Pure boxers usually they get eaten the fuck up by pressure, guys. I'm talking about 90% of the time. That's what happens. That's how you know that. Look, Shakur is on another level because
I think he's a dog. I know he's born.
I ain't gonna say he a dog because a dog is a different thing, but he is on another level with his shit. Like he showed it in that fight. He because he had to. Like, yeah, if you don't do something, you know this motherfucker not gonna stop throwing, right? If you don't do something, you gotta do something, bro. This motherfucker's a machine gun.
But like, if he fight Gary, I think it'll look just like that.
Yeah, but Gary is a bit. The thing with Gary is Gary's got a lot of ring coverage, but look,
yeah, he a better boxer. Yeah,
I said it in the last video I did. If they could get him, Devin, yeah, that's way bigger than fighting Gary, ain't it? Yeah, it's way bigger if they could get him.
Ain't a better fight though, man.
No, you're right. Like aesthetically, it's not a better fight, but just for the legacy, because Eddie Hearn was trying to talk shit, like, oh yeah, he threw away his legacy. Nah, he would get way more credit for fighting Devin than he would for Gary or Dalton Smith or any of them guys at 40. Like, yeah, he would get way more credit for fighting Devin with or without a belt. With or because it probably ain't gonna be for the BO, but he would get way more credit for that. So I'm not crazy about that fight, but get hurt.
Was Bud on the Breakfast Club this morning? I said, was Bud on
Yeah,
the
he
Breakfast
was
Club this morning?
Yeah, he was. He's talking about the
Both of them. Hey,
talking about the Canelo shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Is
you
there
know, guys, I
anything
noticed
left to
too.
talk?
Fucking yo, fucking Hone said that he said that us hardcores is miserable people, and we stay up in arms, and I'm like, how we like? Or actually, I'd rather be all that shit than fucking run around making R&B songs for fighters using auto tune and shit.
The
I'd
shit is
rather be.
that the algorithm bring out your character. For real though. It bring out your character. And I mean that he say a lot of like I don't want to sound like a hater, but I'm saying either you stupid or you just say stupid shit. Cause like on some, we're supposed to be analysts when you do this content creation shit. We're intended to be analysts that inform you and break shit down. That's what you're trying to do. That's the role. Well, everything you say come out wrong, Two Tone. You said Spence was gonna beat Crawford. That didn't happen. You said Canelo was gonna beat Crawford, and that didn't happen. You said after he beat Canelo that you gotta put him in the Hall of Fame up there with Sugar Ray Leonard. That's what you said after the fight. So that couple of weeks later you could start up with he ducking boots. He's like I find that irritating. Like, so you just yakking. You not even you
Bro,
just
No,
Two
yeah,
Tone
he
said
just
Ryan. Two Tone said
Fuck
Ryan
that.
Garcia was gonna beat Tank. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's another one that like what like like you're not gonna get it right 100% of the time. Nobody does, but at least like a lot of the like boxing gems who I love. When he break down a fight, he break down a fight. He's dead ass. He's breaking down the fight. He's telling you what he really believes is going to happen. Whereas when I see like Tone and Biz, yeah, y'all just doing hot shit for the algorithm. Like that's for the algorithm. That ain't even for the bot. That's just for the algorithm. Like you just
Yeah,
saying whatever.
You can't be right 100%. You can't be right 100% of the time. But could you be right like once?
I think give me about 40% at least.
You know what I'm saying? Like I seen that video, Herb, where he said that you don't want to be miserable. Yeah, but I mean, like, look, that sounds great. You don't want to be miserable, but I mean, I can't imagine you're happy being wrong all the fucking time, right?
You're making fucking R&B songs about fucking rappers and shit. I mean,
Didn't he
that
make
right
a
there.
song for Spence the week of the fight? I could have swore I seen him make like two verses for Spence the week of the fight.
I haven't
Yeah,
heard.
like
I heard him sing.
Oh yeah,
Death
I
by
heard the
the.
song. I believe it went Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit.
nah, that was me.
Oh, that's right.
That was me. That was me. I'm saying the week of the Crawford fight, he had like a whole video and all that, rap video and all that, talking shit.
Yeah. Who
I'm
does this?
not a hater. I'm not a hater. Get your money. I'm really not a hater, but I'm just saying that I can't watch you because I don't think you serious. Like, nah, you just saying whatever you feel will stimulate the algorithm. Like that's why motherfuckers is making like not for nothing, especially now, because that's why motherfuckers got whole channels about Clarissa Shields right now because of the algorithm. Like, if you look around, it's a lot of channels. Yo, they really don't talk about nothing but Clarissa because the algorithm is changing lives. If you willing to talk shit about Clarissa on the regular, the algorithm is going crazy with her.
I just can't fathom that talking about Clarissa is that interesting. I mean, clearly I'm wrong. Clearly it is, but really?
Well, it's talking shit, Jason. It's not like they just talking like, yo, dog, they not even talking about her fight like that. They just straight up talking shit like Clarissa is just a goofy bitch and she eats cereal with her left hand and the bitch is a weirdo. Like, I be watching these shits. I'm like, damn, they cutting deep, bro. Like, even I don't try to cut that deep shit.
Like, eating cereal with the left hand, that's just a violation. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Bitch puts her sock on her left foot first before she they just talking any type of shit. The shit is wild.
She puts both her socks on one foot.
They talking hella shit and it's a lot of channels like that. And like I said, like you see it and it's for the algorithm, and it's like the beef that Ryan and Adrian just had, the quote unquote beef. Oh well, that was for the algorithm because when y'all met up, oh, what's good?
Yeah.
And clap hands. Yeah, let's
Let's
hug
make
it
that
out.
song.
We'll give each other
Let's
a
make
reach
a
Yeah.
rap
around
song
with the camera.
together.
Give each other
Shit,
a
I've
reach
been
around. The
waiting
camera
for
can't see.
Ryan to cut another single, bro. I'm blessed. Highly
Do what I
favored.
do.
Hey,
Blessed. Highly
that shit
The
was
favored.
first one,
funny.
dude.
Yo, that shit was kind of lit, bro. I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie. That shit was kind
bro,
of
Ryan
good.
was so
Right?
close to redeeming himself and becoming legitimately cool and like, oh, he could do something. And then, oh, he cheated. It's not
No, it
even that
wasn't
he
even.
cheated.
Nah,
It's
it
that you're
wasn't even.
so dumb you got caught cheating.
It wasn't. It wasn't that he cheated. It's I seen. I did a video about it yesterday. That Ryan is like, and no disrespect to any Caucasians. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying that Ryan is whitewashed. He doesn't know what to be. He try to be Spanish, but like you're not Spanish, home. Like you're not Spanish, bro. But you tried to do like an accent yesterday, like like I don't know, like some street shit or whatever. And
Yeah,
like yo, I was about to throw up in my own like.
yeah, I
Where do
seen
they
that.
talk?
Yeah.
Where do they talk like that? Like where do they talk like that, bro? Like
Somebody
you,
get this nigga a frappuccino, man.
Bro.
That's all I thought
No,
of. That's
no, Jules, check it. They probably were like, "Oh, you want to be Spanish, okay?" They hold up a picture of a tortilla. What is that? A
my,
taco.
you gotta see it. You gotta see it, Jason. And he was responding to Adrian Broner, and he was talking shit about Adrian. But it's just you could see that like you trying to channel something. Like you trying to like. He was trying to like sound like something. I'm like, yo, I don't know what the fuck this guy is. Like, if I didn't know nothing about Ryan and I just heard him talk, I'm like, yo, where the fuck is this dude from? Where they talk
Ooh,
like that? Like,
You know what it sounds like, Jules? It sounds like a dude getting into pro wrestling for the first time and trying to find what gimmick will work for them. And he's just
yeah,
trying
like
different shit.
like he's
a,
still toggling through the sentence. Like, am I a Spanish guy?
I
Am
got,
I a street guy? Get her.
I got something to check it out. I was watching the Diego Pacheco weigh-in earlier, right? And so when they got to speak come out and everything and stuff, and Diego, like the way he talks and his accent, you would think he's a no sabe. You would think that the way he
Mm-hmm.
talks.
Mm-hmm.
And so now the announcer tells him, "Okay, show him that you're not a Joe Nasobo. What you got to say to the Mexican?" Then he starts speaking in Spanish, and so he just
Oh,
had to do that. It was nobody there
oh,
to translate for him.
I knew Diego. I'm gonna tell you something. I knew Diego was not a Jono Sabo. I could tell because of the swagger. Like I
yeah.
could I
I'm
could
about to say,
tell
yeah, you could peep that.
I could because he got that Mexican swagger that like he fight motherfuckers and I could always spot the Jono Sabos. Well, like when I look at Virgil, like yo, you Jono Saboed out, bro. You don't even know who Vicente Fernandez is, bro. Like you don't even know who that is, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just to hear his voice. He sounds like he would be the way way he talks. There's no Latin accent when he speaks in English. But then he just so happens he told him to speak to the man. And I wouldn't have never thought he spoke in Spanish neither after hearing his voice today and whatnot. So but it's
Now
like he had to make him do it. Here, speak in Spanish. Let him know
I could kind of tell. I could kind of tell because it's something innate. It's like an aura. You see what I mean? Whereas Ryan, like you belong on Melrose Place where Heather Locklear. You remember Melrose Place, her Channel 5?
yeah.
Heather Locklear, Grant Show, all of like yeah, like you not Mexican. You are a Los Angelino with some shit. Like, yeah, you definitely California, but you not Mexican. Like, nah, you not. There's
You're
nothing
not,
Mexican about you, bro.
you're not
see
even
the
Mexican
crew
American.
You see the crew that Diego runs around with his little crew, his little
Yo,
You
all
would
them
think they're
dudes look like felons, bro. All them dudes.
like from the Bronx. They look like you wouldn't even think they were Chicanos like that.
Yo,
They
check
look
it.
like
Remember
they got
the
big, they
suspicious
got big
resume dude?
buildings.
They ran up on the the suspicious
Yeah, kind of
resume dude.
pounding now.
They ran up on him, bro. This shit got suspicious real quick with him, bro.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Because he looked like a
You
Puerto Rican red man. That dude, like he looked like Puerto Rican red man.
know,
And
they thought he was Southpaw. That's
they
what they jumped.
did.
That's what. So they
It
couldn't be
was
the
fucked.
Cowboys.
It was fucked up because he didn't even say nothing really bad. Like he didn't, say, but
Yeah.
they thought he was. And he's like, yo, look at your face, yo. Look at your face, yo. The fact, dude, I was like, yo, you better calm down, B. You know what I'm saying? Shit about to get suspicious out here. But yeah, man, like I could tell he was Spanish, but nah. Ryan, like, just don't do that. You're not a street person. Like, motherfuckers have a personality thing to where they default to their idea of a street person and just end up looking fucking retarded. Like, Ryan, you're not a street person, and you don't need to be a street person either. Like, that shit ain't cool. Especially especially in 2026. I want to say that in the era that I grew up in, let's call it that pocket of the mid 90s and the 2000s. Yeah, being a street person was the coolest shit in the world. It's literally not cool no more. Bro, you better off being a streamer than a street person. Street people are losers. It's in
Facts.
2026, if you a street person, yeah, you're probably a fucking loser, bro. It's so many different ways to get money now that shit is played. That's dated,
Plays
bro.
out.
No, I would kind of wish with Brian when he's doing this gimmick search, he just stuck with is he the secret bastard love child of Oscar de la Hoya? Because I think that could have gone places.
I mean, that could have gone places, shit.
You know,
Or he could have did the Iggy Azalea shit where he rapped. When he rapped, he got an Atlanta accent, but when he talk, he don't sound like that. Because that's how she is. How the fuck does an Australian bitch from the other side of the world sound like she from Atlanta? How does that even happen? But only when she rapping though. Only when she rapping. You could have did that, bro. Because when he rapping, he sounded okay. Like he sounded like he had woke up on the track. Like but when he talk, it's like, yo, hit this motherfucker in his face with a chair, bro. This motherfucker, it's this motherfucker out of here, bro. But yeah, he dapped up Broner and they squashed that beef.
That's so gay.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I mean, I look at like people like myself, like I'm a person of like many different languages and shit because I'm from the street, and I know how to talk like a person not from the streets. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah,
I
that's
can
part of
speak.
being. I would say that's part of being a New Yorker. We got that switch. Not to be the New Yorker that always talks about New York, but I'm saying we do got that job interview. We got that, around our friends, and we got that job interview voice and whatever other dialects we pick up, because it's not uncommon for black folks in New York to know a couple of Spanish words just from fucking a lot of Spanish bitches. A lot of my friends, they could speak a little bit of Spanish from all the Spanish bitches they was fucking. They knew.
See
But
somebody like Ron. Oh my God, that's shameful.
fucking Ryan, like I said, like I don't consider him a Spanish person, bro. I don't. There's nothing Spanish about him.
It's like I said with Virgil, and it applies to Ryan too. You can't even pronounce enchilada, let alone speak Spanish.
Exactly, like motherfucker.
Yeah, he's the ultimate Joe Nosabo, you know?
yeah, like if you took all the Jono Sabos and rolled them in a motherfucking blunt, you'd get Ryan, bro. All of in one joint. Yeah, that's Brian pretty much. Shit. But they fuck with him though. The kids fuck with him. That they do. And I think it's a part of the reason. I'm starting to realize that a part of the reason that they fuck with him is because a lot of them are like him. In the area where I live, there's a lot of they're not Mexican. It's a lot of Salvies out here. And a lot of the Salvies, the first generation ones, the younger ones, they don't actually speak Spanish, and they don't identify with that much. They don't actually speak it or identify with it that much. For lack of a better word, I would say that they are whitewashed. And I think say it again, country.
Is Ryan actually Salvadorian?
No. He's Mexican. But just in the sense that they have that in common with him, that they're not in tune. They're no more in tune with Salvador like that, right? These young kids than he is with Mexico. If you dropped Ryan in Mexico, that's as good as dropping him in China, because he's not gonna know what the fuck to say. He gonna be out there in Jalisco and bless. Highly favored. But for the cartel roll up on him, bro. So real shit, yo. It's and that's why they fuck with him. Like that is why I think he has the following that he has, because well that speaks to them, and that's just not for nothing also. That's just us getting old. Because when I was young, Chicanos, like, yeah, they were in tune with their culture. Even if they were born here, they were in tune with their culture and their people. They weren't, you know, removed like he is, like a lot of these young guys are. Whereas now, no, that's the normal shit. A lot of first generation Americans, younger ones, and especially second generation Americans, yeah, they don't really speak that shit. Because, and you know, you kind of forgive them because, well, if your parents didn't teach you, then it's really their fault, you know. It's really their fault. They were the ones who had to teach you that shit. But look, man,
Right.
I'm about to watch Obsessed with my pants off. Hopefully, it's a lot of sex scenes in this shit. I see y'all tomorrow for the Pacheco fight.
All right, man. Have a good
No
night,
pro
fellas.
box then,
Night, Jules.
Jules?
Peace, fellas.